Imagine the first pale light of morning seeping under your curtain. You blink awake, registering the familiar sensations, perhaps a stiffness in your legs or a slight heaviness in your chest. The hush of a new day before the busyness begins. Do you ever wonder if how we greet this delicate moment matters? Especially when we've walked a good distance through life, 65, 70, 80 years, could those first few minutes after waking truly shape how long and how fully we live from here on out? I once knew a man named Brother Wu, a humble craftsman, who woke each dawn to the caw of crows outside his window. He'd sit on the edge of his bed, rub his knees gently, and sigh, thinking, another day, let's see what it brings. But as the months turned to years, each let's see brought a bit more weariness, a bit less bounce in his step. He found himself asking, are these morning aches inevitable? Or is there a hidden key I've yet to discover? Perhaps you have had the same thought, maybe feeling a little unsettled as your body changes in ways you can't fully predict. Yet there's promise in this daily threshold between rest and waking. Indeed, science and tradition converge to suggest that your first 5 minutes each morning can tip the scale toward vibrancy or decline. Think about it. Your heart has been laboring steadily through the night. Your blood vessels adjusting to your resting posture, your muscles settling in. Then, with a simple shift, you're upright. Gravity returned. A new day demanded. How you handle these first moments can either ease your body into gentle readiness or jolt it in ways that slowly accumulate harm. Today, let's explore a 5-minute morning practice structured into 5 distinct but effortless steps that can help older adults stay stronger, sharper, and more independent. We'll see how small changes can open you to big transformations, like clearing a dusty window to let sunlight stream in. You might be thinking, just 5 minutes? That can't be enough. But let me share a real story. A gentleman named Harold, who discovered this routine at the age of 68. He was an engineer, methodical and skeptical, yet his body was giving him signals. Fatigue, joint aches, dire checkups. He was uncertain about whether anything so modest could fix these big issues. But he tried it, needing no fancy equipment or painful discipline. Within months, he felt tangibly better. Improved stamina, friendlier doctor's reports, and a renewed sense that perhaps 70 wasn't as old as he'd assumed. He credited those first few morning minutes, done day after day, like a quiet but steadfast friend. Now let's unravel these 5 steps in detail, gently weaving them into your daily dawn. If you're curious, I'd love for you to share in the comments. Where are you listening from? Which city or country? And have you yourself felt that subtle frustration of waking with stiffness or worry? The more we connect, the more we realize we're in this together. Step 1 is the morning hydration protocol. No matter your age, your body loses moisture overnight. Through the breath, through small beads of sweat that you barely notice. By morning, you're partially depleted, even if you don't feel thirsty. For older adults, this matters more because your thirst signals can be weaker and dehydration can cause thicker blood, straining your heart. Indeed, medical professionals often warn that heart attacks and strokes can cluster in the early hours, partly due to dehydration's effect on blood viscosity. Brother Wu, the craftsman I mentioned, used to dismiss hydration. He'd get up, shuffle to the kitchen, and let hours pass before sipping water, focusing first on chores. But once he shifted to drinking about 16 ounces, roughly 480 milliliters, of room temperature water the moment he rose, he felt an almost immediate difference. "I feel lighter," he said, as though my body sighs with relief. You might amplify this effect by adding a little fresh lemon. The gentle acidity provides vitamin C and electrolytes, which help the heart and arteries remain supple. But timing is key. Do it within your first minute of being awake, before coffee or tea or breakfast. If you want to build the habit, keep a glass of water on your nightstand so you see it as soon as you open your eyes. Some might say, but I prefer cold water to feel awakened. Yet for seniors, very cold water can constrict blood vessels. In this mild practice, warm or room temperature water is kinder, letting your circulation ease into motion. Take a moment's reflection. Is there a time you awoke feeling parched or noticed your heart flutter as you swung your legs off the bed? That's your body's quiet signal for help. By answering it promptly with water, you begin the day with a friendlier internal environment. Less strain on your cardiovascular system. Now, once hydrated, the second step is to activate your blood circulation through a simple 60-second series of gentle motions. Many seniors skip any morning movement, rolling out of bed and heading straight for the chair. That can inadvertently jar your system. Imagine your heart as a pump that's been running in a low gear all night. If you jump straight into daily tasks, it's like slamming the accelerator in a car that's been idling for hours. You might cause unnecessary shock. Doctors at Johns Hopkins have studied how older adults benefit from a short wake-up routine before they do anything else. It drastically lowers the chance of dizziness, fainting, or midday stroke. Let's illustrate this. Stand with feet shoulder-width apart. Lift both arms overhead as you inhale slowly through your nose, then exhale calmly through your mouth as you lower them. Next, roll your shoulders backward 5 times, then forward 5 times. Follow that with about 10 heel raises, standing on your toes briefly, then ease in back down. You'll feel your calves activate, which helps your veins push blood upward to your heart. Perhaps you're picturing yourself wobbling a bit. If so, stand near a sturdy dresser or hold onto a bedpost. The idea is not a strenuous workout. It's a gentle nudge for your circulatory system, telling it, wake up, we're shifting into daytime mode. If you do it daily, you'll likely sense how it brightens your mental clarity. That grogginess dissolves faster. Another effect is a slight warming in your limbs, indicating that your heart's pumping more effectively. The difference is subtle but accumulative, like water carving a path through stone over time. Now for the third step, the protein timing method. This might seem odd to mention so early, but consider, your body has effectively fasted since last night's meal. If you wait too long to provide protein, your body can nibble at its own muscles for energy. That's particularly problematic for seniors, because muscle mass is already precious and tends to decline. By delivering a good protein source within 30 minutes, an hour at most of rising, you help stave off muscle breakdown. You also support better metabolic function through the day. Sister Liang, in her late 60s, was puzzled at losing strength even though she ate what she considered a healthy diet. But it turned out she never ate breakfast or only had toast. Her body was forced to break down muscle each morning, deepening her weakness. Under a geriatric nutritionist's guidance, she started having a quick protein shake or some eggs soon after waking. That alone turned a key in her body's resiliency, making her daily tasks simpler and leaving her less fatigued. The difference was so dramatic that she likened it to finding a missing puzzle piece. This doesn't demand a big feast, just 25 to 30 grams of quality protein, possibly from a whey shake, a few eggs, with at least one yolk for extra nutrients, or a small portion of tofu or cottage cheese if you prefer a plant-based or low-meat lifestyle. The main point is to feed your muscles before they turn to self-cannibalization. This can help you hold on to the strength that fosters independence, whether for climbing stairs or simply stepping into the shower without fear. Reflect. Have you neglected breakfast, assuming a morning cup of tea was enough? If so, think of this small shift. It's akin to fueling a car before starting a journey, rather than driving on fumes. But fueling yourself is incomplete if your joints and muscles remain stiff, which is where the fourth element, a 90-second mobility sequence, comes in. Many older folks complain of tightness and minor aches upon waking, blaming the passage of years. True, we do lose some fluid and elasticity in our joints, but a brief daily practice can lessen or even reverse that morning stiffness. Another friend, Master Tam, at 75, swore by a short sequence daily: rotating ankles, soft knee circles, gentle side bends, and a few slow shoulder rolls. "I think of it as lubricating my hinges," he'd say with a chuckle. "My squeaky parts squeak less." Indeed, the Mayo Clinic's experts highlight that simple movements within minutes of rising stimulate synovial fluid in joints, reducing friction. This fluid can be thick after hours of inactivity, so a quick warm-up helps restore its free-flowing nature. If you skip this step, minor micro tears can occur in cartilage, building up over months into arthritis or back trouble. So spend a mere 90 seconds or 2 gentle minutes performing something akin to: seated on the bed's edge, do 10 slow ankle rotations clockwise, then 10 counterclockwise. Then stand, if stable, circle your knees carefully 5 times each side, shifting weight gently. Next, lean your torso side to side about 5 times each way, feeling your spine wake up. Finally, do a couple of slow forward bends, not going far, just enough to stretch your back. After such movements, you might notice daily tasks like bending over to tie shoes, stepping into the shower, or reaching for a teacup feel noticeably easier. Over weeks, your body becomes more stable, less prone to small but nagging injuries. If you're worried about balance, hold on to a sturdy bedpost. It's better to be safe than to risk a tumble. And if you prefer to expand it, you can add in a few gentle twists or stretches for your arms. The key is consistency and mildness, not fancy poses. Finally, the fifth piece concerns mental clarity. If the mind remains foggy or scattered, our day can be overshadowed by confusion or by forgetting small details. Cognitive decline is not an unavoidable fact, though it's easy to assume so. By actively engaging the brain within the morning's first 30 minutes, we harness a unique moment of plasticity. According to neurological research, soon after waking, our brains can produce higher amounts of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which fosters new neural connections. A practical exercise is to recall the prior day in reverse order. Once you've finished your mobility sequence, find a quiet seat, close your eyes, and spend a minute picturing your day from last night backward. Start with what you did before sleeping, the conversation or activity you had at dinner. Then move earlier to mid-afternoon. If you get comfortable, consider stepping back 2 days. Silly as it might seem, this challenges the brain to focus and reconnect neural pathways. Over time, it can become a shield against memory loss, akin to shining a gentle lamp in a dim room. Sister Feng, who's nearing 80, credited this small daily recollection with a surprising boost to her short-term memory, making it easier to chat with her grandchildren and recall tasks. Now, you might be thinking, yes, but how do all these steps fit in just 5 minutes? Let's see how they might flow. 1. Wake up, and within 1 minute, sip about 16 ounces of room temperature water with lemon, which you prepared the night before and placed beside your bed. 2. Stand up slowly, perform a 60-second circulation activation. Arms overhead with breath, shoulder rolls, heel raises. 3. If you have a small protein beverage ready, like a quick shake or something you mixed the night before, take a moment to drink it, or have those few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt or scrambled eggs if you prefer. This might be done soon after you use the restroom or wash your face. Just aim for that 30-minute window. 4. Move into the 90-second mobility routine. Ankle rolls, gentle knee circles, side bends, and maybe some shoulder rotations. 5. Wrap up with a minute of mental clarity. Either reversed memory or mindful recollections, letting your mind gently hum into alertness. Yes, the total might stretch to 6 or 7 minutes some days, but that's still quite manageable. The key is letting it become as natural as brushing your teeth, building day by day until it feels incomplete if you skip it. Over a month, the results can be remarkable. Consider how each step complements the others. The water addresses dehydration, fueling your heart's immediate needs. The movement primes your circulation so the water and nutrients you ingest can flow seamlessly. The protein halts muscle breakdown, ensuring your physical vessel remains strong. The mobility sequence protects joints and fosters confident motion. And the mental exercise readies your brain to remain agile. It's akin to a gentle cascade that, once initiated, keeps flowing positively throughout the day. Some might wonder if there's an optimal order. Should you do mental clarity before the protein or after? The general structure above is recommended, but it's not rigid. Some people prefer to do the short mental recollection while still lying in bed, right after or even as they drink water. Others slip in the protein intake second. The important point is that all these elements happen swiftly in the morning, typically within your first half hour or so of being awake. Occasionally, folks ask about advanced tweaks, maybe to add a pinch of salt to the water if they have no sodium restrictions, or to combine the mobility routine with mindful breathing. That's wonderful if you feel called to it, but start simply. Simplicity fosters consistency, and consistency is what reaps results, especially in the seasoned bodies we inhabit. Let's share one more true story. Ms. Lian, 72, had minor knee issues and mild high blood pressure. She dreaded early mornings, complaining that everything felt rusty. On a friend's recommendation, she tried this 5-part routine for just 2 weeks. She reported that it made her mornings surprisingly smooth, and her doctor noticed improvements in her blood pressure readings. She said, "I used to wake up feeling old. Now I wake up feeling normal." That distinction might seem small, but for her, it was life-changing. Now, if these points resonate with you, or if you're planning to test them tomorrow morning, please let me know in the comments. Better yet, if you find them valuable, consider subscribing and turning on notifications, so you'll see our next video on how to refine these steps further or discover new health rituals for seniors. Also, by liking or sharing this video, you can help a friend or family member who might benefit from a simpler approach to self-care. I want to remind you gently that while these tips arise from both tradition and modern research, each individual is unique. If you have specific concerns, like serious heart conditions, kidney issues, or mobility limitations, do speak with your trusted healthcare provider about modifications. This is about caring for your body responsibly, one small step at a time. Let's now circle back to that image at the start. The morning light creeping in, a new day laid before you like a subtle invitation. Instead of sighing and letting worry about age or aches overshadow your dawn, you can greet it with a sense of calm empowerment. You'll drink that glass of water, your heart thankful for the hydration. You'll wave your arms and do a few gentle moves, your blood and joints awakened. You'll sip or nibble some protein, safeguarding your muscles. Then you'll ease your mind into reflection, forging a path away from confusion or gloom. all in just a handful of minutes. It's a quiet ritual, but consistent repetition can yield profound outcomes over weeks, months, and years. Picture how you might look a year from now, standing taller, feeling less burdened by small aches, and noticing a sharper presence in your daily tasks. Perhaps you'll even mirror Harold's story, walking into your next checkup with noticeably better vitals, surprising your physician with how a simple routine revived your body's innate vigor. So, dear friend, tomorrow, when the dawn's glow taps your window, remember these steps. Maybe set a small note by your bedside, reminding you of the routine. At first, it might feel a bit unusual or require a few minutes of planning. But keep your heart open to the possibility that something so unassuming, a bit of water, gentle movement, mindful protein timing, a short flexibility drill, and a mental reflection can weave a tapestry of well-being that supports you as you continue your path ahead. Thank you for sharing this time with me. May each sunrise bring a gentle renewal, and may these small acts blossom into a deeper sense of confidence in your health. Let's choose to greet each morning not with resignation, but with a quiet, radiant readiness, knowing we hold more power over how we age than we once believed. And so, as we close, picture again that dawn and yourself, rising with intention, the hush of your home, the promise of another day, that first cool sip, that easy shift of your arms and shoulders, the warming of your heart, the taste of protein ensuring your muscles remain loyal, the stretch of limbs that banishes stiffness, and the mental check that keeps your mind clear. It's a small daily gift to yourself. I see you there, greeting the day in newfound steadiness. That image returns us to our opening question. Do our first 5 morning minutes truly matter? After what we've explored together, perhaps we can answer with a confident yes. They might, in fact, shape the next 30 years of your life. And that, dear friend, is a gift worth unwrapping every single morning.